Welcome back to ZE Coins, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden gems, and surprising treasures that might just be hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're talking about a coin that has sparked mystery, debate, and excitement in the numismatic world, the 1959 D Lincoln cent. Could a simple 1-cent coin really be worth $6 million? Let's dive in and find out. So, let's take a step back and look at the history of the 1959 D Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The original design, created by Victor David Brenner, featured wheat ears on the reverse side, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. But in 1959, something changed. To mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint decided to redesign the reverse side of the coin. Out went the wheat ears, and in came the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This new design remained on the penny until 2008. Now, the D on the 1959 D penny stands for the Denver Mint, where these coins were produced. Millions, and I mean millions, of these pennies were minted. So how could any of them be worth more than a penny, let alone millions of dollars? Here's where things get interesting. In 1986, a man named Lee F. Hewitt, a well-known coin expert and founder of Numismatic Scrapbook magazine, reported something extraordinary. A 1959 D penny had been discovered with the old wheat ears design on the reverse instead of the Lincoln Memorial. This was shocking because, officially, no wheat pennies were supposed to be minted after 1958. The coin in question was submitted to the American Numismatic Association Certification Service, ANAX, for verification, and after careful examination, they authenticated it as genuine. This sparked a huge debate in the coin collecting community. Was this a one-of-a-kind mint error, or was there something more mysterious going on? To this day, only one such coin has been confirmed. This makes it one of the rarest and most controversial pennies in U.S. history. Now, let's talk about the theories surrounding this coin. Some believe it was a genuine mint error. Perhaps an old wheat penny die accidentally got mixed up during the minting process at the Denver Mint. It sounds plausible, right? After all, mint errors happen from time to time. But here's where it gets tricky. Many numismatists believe that the coin could have been a deliberate creation, maybe even an inside job by someone working at the mint. This wouldn't be the first time a mint employee created a unique coin for personal gain. However, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to prove this theory. Another possibility is that it could be an elaborate counterfeit. But the fact that it passed authentication by ANAX makes this less likely. So, whether it's an error, an inside job, or something else entirely, the mystery remains unsolved, which only adds to its allure and potential value. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Could this coin really be worth $6 million? The coin has indeed been offered for sale at astronomical prices. In some private sales and auctions, figures in the millions have been floated around. But it's important to note that just because a coin is listed at a certain price doesn't mean it's been sold for that amount. The coin was once offered by a collector named Paul Malone for $50,000 back in the day, but no confirmed sales at that price were reported. Over time, as the legend of the coin grew, so did its supposed value. Today, some claim it's worth millions, even suggesting figures as high as $6 million. But here's the thing. The value of any collectible is ultimately determined by what someone is willing to pay for it. If a serious collector or institution is willing to shell out millions for the 1959 D wheat penny, then that becomes its market value. Until then, the $6 million price tag remains more of a legend than a confirmed fact. Now, if you're wondering about the regular 1959 D Lincoln Memorial penny, the one you might actually find in your pocket change, here's the scoop. These pennies were minted in huge numbers, over 1.2 billion to be exact. In circulated condition, they're generally worth just 1 cent. However, if you happen to have a 1959 D penny in pristine, uncirculated condition like MS65 or higher, it could fetch a bit more from collectors, maybe a couple of dollars. But we're still far from that $6 million mark. So, unless you stumble across the mysterious 1959 D wheat penny, your regular 1959 D Lincoln cent isn't going to make you a millionaire. But hey, you never know. It's always worth checking your change. Alright, so what should you do if you think you've found a rare coin like the 1959 D wheat penny? First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can actually reduce its value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or get it authenticated by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. They'll be able to verify whether you've got a genuine rarity or just a common penny. And remember, even if your coin isn't worth millions, the thrill of the hunt and the joy of collecting can be priceless. So, what do you think? Is the 1959 D-Wheat penny a genuine mint error, a deliberate creation, or just a myth blown out of proportion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We're diving deep into the world of the 1979 Lincoln penny. Yes, that 1-cent coin you might have tossed into a jar years ago. But what if I told you that some of these seemingly ordinary pennies are worth thousands, and one even rumored to be valued at a staggering $4 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around because we're breaking down the history, the rare errors, and exactly what makes a 1979 penny go from spare change to serious cash. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the history behind this coin. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, replacing the Indian head cent BY 1959. The reverse design changed from the wheat stalks to the Lincoln Memorial in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday. That's the design you'll see on your 1979 penny. The front still features the profile of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the back, or the reverse, was designed by Frank Gasparo in 1979. The penny was made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it that classic reddish-brown look. However, the U.S. Mint was preparing for a big change due to rising copper prices. By 1982, pennies shifted to a primarily zinc composition with a copper coating. But 1979 still had those solid copper coins. So why are some of them worth so much? Now, here's where things get interesting. For most 1979 pennies, the value is just face value, 1 cent. But certain errors, rare variations, and mint marks can make a huge difference. Mint marks matter. Look under the date on your penny. If there's a little D or S, that tells you it was minted in Denver or San Francisco. No mint mark? That's from Philadelphia. Now, most of these are common, but certain proof coins and error coins from San Francisco can be highly valuable. Double die errors. Ever heard of a double die? That's when the coin's design is stamped twice by mistake, causing a doubling effect on the letters and numbers. A 1979 Lincoln penny with a double die error can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on the condition. Off-center strikes and other errors. Coins that are struck off-center or have other minting mistakes, like die cracks or planchet errors, are highly sought after by collectors. Some of these can fetch $100 to $500 or more. High-grade coins. A 1979 penny in mint condition, graded MS 65 or higher, can be worth $10 to $50. That doesn't sound like much, but for a penny that's over 40 years old, it's a nice return. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the $4 million penny. Is it real? Could your 1979 penny really make you a millionaire? Here's the deal. While error coins and rare variations can be incredibly valuable, there's no verified sale of a 1979 Lincoln penny for $4 million. That said, certain error coins from other years, like the 1943 copper penny or the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent, have fetched prices in the hundreds of thousands or even over $1 million at auction. So, why the rumors about a 1979 penny? Well, the internet loves to stir things up. Some sources might confuse it with other rare pennies, or it could be linked to speculative stories. But as of today, number 1979 penny has officially sold for millions. That said, don't toss yours away just yet. You could still have a valuable error coin or proof coin that's worth a pretty penny. Pun intended. So, how do you know if your 1979 penny is worth more than 1 cent? Here's what you need to do. Examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters or numbers, especially around Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Look for mint marks and errors. Check for off-center strikes, unusual shapes, or die cracks. These errors make coins unique and valuable. Check the condition. A coin's grade is crucial. The better the condition, the higher the value. If it looks brand new with no scratches or wear, it could be a high-grade coin. Consult a professional. If you think you've got a valuable coin, consider taking it to a coin dealer or sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can officially grade your coin and give you an idea of its market value. So, what's the current market like for 1979 Lincoln pennies? Regular circulated pennies from 1979 are still just worth 1 cent. High-grade coins or error coins can sell for $50 to $1,000 depending on rarity and condition. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially with errors, can fetch several $100s. You can sell valuable coins on eBay, at coin shows, or through reputable auction houses like Heritage. Auctions.so. While it's unlikely you'll find a $4 million 1979 penny, there's still a chance you've got something special in your pocket change. It's all about knowing what to look for: errors, mint marks, and condition. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1980 D Lincoln cent. Could this common penny really be worth $3 million? Let's find out as we explore its history, unique features, and current market value. First, let's talk about the history of the 1980 D Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was designed by Victor David Brenner and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The original design had wheat ears on the reverse, which were later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Fast forward to 1980, and the penny was still going strong. The 1980 D refers to pennies minted in Denver, indicated by the small D mint mark just under the date. That year, over 6 billion pennies were produced, making them incredibly common. However, not all 1980 D pennies are created equal, and that's where things get interesting. Now you might be thinking, with billions of these pennies made, how could any of them be valuable? Well, it all comes down to errors, varieties, and condition. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, love finding coins with minting errors because they are rare and unique. Some of the most sought-after errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. A double die error happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing the design or lettering to appear doubled. Imagine seeing the word Liberty or the date 1980 with a clear doubling effect. That's the kind of thing that can send a coin's value skyrocketing. An off-center strike happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, leading to a lopsided image. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. Another key factor is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, all the way up to mint state, MS 70. A coin in mint state condition means it looks almost brand new, with no signs of wear. A 1980 D penny in MS 67 or higher can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction.so. What about the claim that a 1980 D penny is worth $3 million? Let's clear that up. As of now, there's no verified sale of a 1980 D penny for that amount. However, certain pennies from other years, like the famous 1943 copper penny, have sold for over $1 million due to their extreme rarity. That said, rumors about coins fetching millions often start from misinterpretations, wishful thinking, or exaggerations online. Still, this doesn't mean you shouldn't check your 1980 D pennies. Some error coins or exceptionally well-preserved specimens have sold for thousands of dollars. So while $3 million might be a stretch, your penny could still be worth much more than face value. Let's dive into the current market value for the 1980 D Lincoln cent. In circulated condition, most of these pennies are worth just 1 cent. But in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS 65 or higher, they can be worth anywhere from $5 to $50 depending on the buyer and the market. If you find a double die error or an off-center strike, values can go much higher. For example, a well-documented double die obverse could fetch several $100s. Rare and dramatic errors, combined with high grades, have been known to sell for over $1,000 at auctions like Heritage Auctions or through online marketplaces like eBay.to. Get an accurate idea of your coin's value. It's best to have it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These professional grading companies will authenticate your coin and give it an official grade, which can significantly boost its value. So, how can you find a valuable 1980 D penny? Here are some quick tips. Check your change. You never know when a rare coin will pop up in your pocket or piggy bank. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for doubling, off-center strikes, or other oddities. Check the condition. The shinier and more pristine the coin, the better. Look for coins with minimal scratches and no signs of wear. Get professional help. If you think you've found something special, consider having it graded or appraised by an expert. So, is your 1980 D Lincoln penny worth $3 million? Probably not, but it could still be worth much more than a cent if it has a rare error or is in perfect condition. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and who knows, maybe the next big discovery is sitting right in your pocket. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1985 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised to learn that this humble little coin could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars depending on its condition and rarity. That's right, some of these pennies have fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auctions, with rumors swirling about a rare penny being valued at over $2 million. So stick around, because we'll be covering everything from the history of this coin to how you can identify valuable versions hiding in your change jar. Let's kick things off with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, breaking away from the traditional allegorical figures. Fast forward to 1985, and we still see Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse side or front of the penny. Now, by 1985, the U.S. Mint had already made a significant change to the composition of the penny. Up until 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, the mint switched to a zinc core with a thin copper plating, which is the same composition we see today. So, the 1985 Lincoln penny is mostly 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper coating. The obverse of the coin features Abraham Lincoln's bust, facing right, with the words "I in God we trust" arching above his head. To the left, you'll see the word Liberty, and on the right, the date 1985. Just below the date, if the coin was minted in Denver, you'll find a small D mint mark. If there's no mint mark, the coin was minted in Philadelphia. There's also the S mint mark for coins minted in San Francisco, but those are usually proof coins. The reverse side of the penny at that time featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been part of the design since 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. If you look closely, you can actually see the tiny statue of Lincoln between the pillars, a neat little detail many people overlook. In terms of how many were made, the numbers are pretty huge. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 5.64 billion pennies in 1985. The Denver Mint wasn't far behind, cranking out around 5.28 billion coins. Then you have the San Francisco Mint, which produced about 3 million proof coins. So, on the surface, the 1985 penny doesn't seem rare at all. But as with most coins, the real value lies in the errors, varieties, and mint conditions. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the errors and varieties that can make a simple 1985 penny worth a fortune. First up, we have the double die obverse, DDO error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling of the letters or numbers. If you have a 1985 penny with doubling on "I in God we trust," "Liberty," or the date, you might be holding a very valuable coin. These can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the severity and condition. Next, keep an eye out for the off-center strike error. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date is still visible. Another error to watch for is the BIE error. This is a die break that appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like there's an extra letter I. While not as valuable as a double die or off-center strike, these coins can still be worth a good amount to collectors, often going for $5 to $50 depending on condition. Of course, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A 1985 penny in circulated condition is generally only worth face value. However, a mint state coin, graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, can be worth significantly more. A proof coin from the San Francisco Mint in pristine condition can also fetch higher prices. In 2014, a 1985 D penny graded MS69 sold for over $1,800 at auction. That's nearly $2,000 for a coin that most people wouldn't even give a second glance. Now, you might be wondering about that $2 million penny I mentioned earlier. While there's no confirmed case of a 1985 penny selling for that much, there are stories and rumors floating around in the coin collecting world about ultra-rare error coins or unique minting anomalies that could potentially fetch such a high price. Some of these high-value pennies are the result of wrong planchet errors, where the coin is mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for another denomination. For example, a penny struck on a dime or nickel planchet could be incredibly rare and valuable. While a $2,001,985 penny might sound far-fetched, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Coins like the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny have fetched similar amounts at auction, so who knows? Maybe that rare 1985 penny is still out there, waiting to be discovered. So, how can you tell if your 1985 penny is worth a fortune? First, grab a magnifying glass or a coin loop and inspect the details closely. Look for any signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual marks. Weighing your penny can also help identify wrong planchet errors. A regular 1985 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. If it's significantly lighter or heavier, you might have something special. If you think you've found a valuable penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. This can significantly increase its value if it turns out to be a rare variety or error. So, the next time you get some change back from the store or dig through that old jar of coins, take a closer look at your pennies. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. The 1985 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but with the right error or in pristine condition, it could be worth far more than just 1 cent. We're uncovering the secrets behind the 2019 Lincoln penny, yes. The humble 1-cent coin that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. But did you know that some of these pennies could be worth thousands, maybe even up to $1 million? Stick around to find out how to spot the rare ones and learn why they're fetching such crazy prices in today's market. Quick cut to close-up shots of shiny pennies spinning on a table. First, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The Lincoln penny, or the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face. Over the years, the design has seen some changes, but Lincoln's portrait has remained front and center. In 1959, the reverse design changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and then in 2009, to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial, different designs were released showing different stages of his life. Camera pans across various Lincoln pennies from different eras. But today, we're focusing on the 2019 Lincoln penny, which features the shield reverse design introduced in 2010. While most people see these coins as just pocket change, certain versions of the 2019 penny have unique characteristics that make them super valuable to collectors. Dramatic pause, zoom into a shiny 2019 penny. So, what makes a 2019 penny special? It's all about errors and mint marks. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies every year, but occasionally, mistakes slip through. These mistakes, or mint errors, can make a coin incredibly rare and valuable. Some common errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchets. Show images of error coins with arrows pointing out flaws. In 2019, a specific type of error called the double die obverse was discovered. This means that during the minting process, the coin's design was struck twice, creating a doubling effect on the lettering or Lincoln's features. If you look closely at the words Liberty or In God We Trust, you might notice the letters appear slightly doubled. That's a jackpot clue right there. Now let's talk about mint marks. The 2019 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can tell where your penny was minted by looking at the small letter under the year on the front of the coin. A P stands for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. Coins from San Francisco with the S mint mark are usually proof coins, meaning they're made with extra care and have a shiny, mirror-like finish. These coins are rarer and typically not found in your everyday pocket change. However, some 2019 S-proof pennies with mint errors have been sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Now, here's the part you've all been waiting for. How much are these pennies actually worth? While most 2019 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, rare error coins can fetch big bucks. For example, a 2019 Lincoln penny with a clear double die obverse error has sold for over $500. Another rare 2019 penny with a unique off-center strike went for over $1,000 at auction. Cut to screenshots of online auctions with high bids. But could a 2019 penny really be worth $1 million? While number 2019 penny has hit that mark yet, it's not impossible. Rare coins have skyrocketed in value before. Take the 1943 copper penny, for example. One of those sold for over $1.7 million. If a unique, one-of-a-kind 2019-era penny were to surface, especially one in perfect condition, it could very well approach that million-dollar milestone. Alright, so how can you find out if your 2019 penny is worth a fortune? Here's a quick checklist. Display a step-by-step guide on the screen. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You'll need to inspect the fine details closely. Look at the lettering on the front of the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Check for any doubling or strange marks. Flip the coin over and inspect the shield design for any oddities, like missing lines or doubling. Check the mint mark. Proof coins from San Francisco and error coins from Denver or Philadelphia can be especially valuable. If you think you've found something unusual, compare it with images online or consult a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade your coin. Camera zooms out. Upbeat music resumes, so there you have it. The 2019 Lincoln penny might seem like ordinary pocket change, but hidden treasures could be out there, just waiting to be discovered. Whether it's a double die, a proof coin, or another rare mint error, you could be holding on to something worth thousands, maybe even $1 million someday. Now it's your turn. Go check your coin jars, dig through your wallets, and start hunting for those rare 2019 pennies. And if you find something cool, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your coin discoveries. Cue call to action graphic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest coin news and rare finds. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting!